Hi everybody, always into something. Today we're going to put some airlift airbags on the Dodge Ram. It's the 4th gen. This is a 2010, but I think they're the same from like '08 up to like 2019. But this is what we're going to be installing today, or have already started installing, honestly. And my issue is just when I tow. I've got a boat, I've got a side-by-side, load a bunch of equipment on there, and the back of the truck squats, and it's not horrible, but you can feel it in the steering wheel. It gets a little lighter in the steering, which isn't good. And then also, at night when I'm on a 2-lane highway, I got people flashing me the entire time. So to rectify that, I've done a little homework, and a lot of people do this, and I'll just show you. I've already started on one side. Sorry. And that's what we're installing. I'm trying to block the light here. So that goes on each spring on each side, and you just route a air line, and compressed air fills those bags, and it balances out the load. You put more PSI for a heavier load and less air for a lighter load. They got a variety of bags that you can get, that some are higher and some are lower as far as cargo. Like I say, I'm not towing or hauling a whole lot of stuff, so I just want to level it out a little bit. So I just went with the red bags, which are the 1000. I've also got new bump stops I'm going to put in. If you notice that I'm missing those, that's fine. Sorry. But yeah, so these are the 1000s, and not the easiest thing to get to do, but I don't know if you noticed, but the front wheels are chocked. And then what you do is you lift up the truck from the suspension, not from any of the running gear. So you want those springs to expand as much as possible. I could probably go up a little bit more, and these aren't the easiest things to install, but I got the other side together, and it wasn't horrible. So what I've done, I've set these things out in the sun to try to get them as a little more pliable, a little easier to play with, because you got to wedge them in those springs. And I'm going to try to record it, but it's kind of like wrestling a old up hog or something. I don't know, but boy, it's tough. You got to spray a lot of soap and stuff on the springs, get this thing wedged in there, and I'm going to see what I can record for you on my struggles and see how well it goes. All right, here goes nothing. So, like I say, it's definitely a little bit of a battle. And I'm just squirting some simple green, but you could use any kind of soap just to give it a little bit of lubricant. I'm also going to spray a little bit on the bag. Now what I had to do in order to compress this has this little cap on it, and when you squeeze it down, put the cap back on, because it does hold the vacuum. Right now it's kind of squeezed flat, and by keeping that on there, helps keeping it vacuumed. I also add this zip tie, which helped on the other side quite a bit. You could probably add another one, but the other one went like this, and it wasn't too bad. But let's just, like I say, the biggest thing is getting the vehicle jacked up enough to where you're increasing the spring space. And let's see what we got here. Once you kind of get it started, then you just got to kind of keep working it up through there at the same time as you keep pushing it. And if it gets a little hard on you, squirt a little more soap. You just kind of keep playing with it till you get it in there. You got to keep the top from binding by pushing the bottom. I'm binding at the top a little bit over there. Yep. So we'll just keep working this up. And I almost need some more soap, but there it goes. So once you get it in there, I'm getting my head out of the way. We can go back and cut the zip tie. Make sure you don't cut your bag. Pop that. And then now we want to pull that little black cap off. And allow this to refill up. Sorry, this is hard to get to. There we go. All right. So it looks like it's being a little hesitant to fill back up, but it's all right. I'm going to go ahead and get the top on. So the top of that has a barb, and there's just this wire, or well, hose, I'm sorry. So I'm going to fish that down through the top of this spring. There's a hole, and I'm going to fish that down. There's also a donut that this is going to go through to protect the top, and it just goes onto that barb, and there's a clip. So it's going to be really hard for me to show that up there. I probably should have showed you that before, but there's not much to it other than it's just hard to get to up there. So let me get some of my stuff in order, and we'll come right back. Okay, so I came around to the front of the vehicle because the way the spring works out, I've got a little more space over here. But you can see up there's our barb fitting, and I've already run the wire, or the hose, keep calling it wire, sorry. I've already ran the hose down here, and then there's that donut that's got to sit on top. So it'll go just like this, and then it'll insert onto that barb. And just put a little, I put a little spit on it. You could probably put something else, but you know, it'll evaporate with spit. I don't like to put soap on it because it'll stay soapy for a long time. But definitely lubricate that barb when you push this on, because it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. You don't have a lot of room up there. Also too, if you can see, there's a little clip that comes with the kit, and once you kind of want to keep it up high like I have it here. So once you slide that on, then we'll slide this on to the barb, and that should give you your airtight seal. So I'm gonna have to put this down to do this, but I'm gonna get up and see if I can get that on there. Okay, sorry for the really bad angle here, but that is the hose over the barb with the little pinch connectors, and that was a pain. I'm under the wheel well now, and you can see that I literally cut a small portion of that wheel well out to get to that, because the way that spring was shaped, I just couldn't reach it. There's probably a trick or a technique. The other side, I got to tell you, it went like butter. I wish I would have filmed that one, but I thought that would be my learning curve so I could show you something with experience. But anyway, So I just gotta get this donut back through there and put it on, and then I'm gonna do some routing. But just wanted to show you that connection, and that wasn't fun. But anyway, we'll keep going. All right, sorry again for the weird camera view, but I just wanted to show you that I kind of shoved this donut off to the side until I could get that connection. But now, you know, I just slid everything back in place, and now I'm going to get to running my air hoses. Okay, we're back under the truck again. I just wanted to show what it looks like back in through here. Now, I did buy new bump stops because these were kind of old, and there's not much to these. You just take the other ones out, put your little soap on them, and you just insert them in there. And new bump stops, and then there's the airbag. And then here's the hoses, and I just got to run them around. Not much to this, just going to zip tie them and bring them around to the back of the truck. And what I've done, what I've seen other people do, is I've got my tag off, but I drilled 2 holes, one there and one there, so each side can be filled. It comes with a T. I think you could do one if you wanted to. I've heard pros and cons of doing the T's. It came with 2 of everything, so I'm just doing it the way that it shows. But yeah, it's just a matter of routing the hose, come up, there's a barb adapter, again, those little pinch things, and that's it. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick and get my plate and stuff back on. But I just wanted to show you real quickly. So this is the connection for the air hose, and you know, they show it coming through the bumper. Like I said, I did it by the license plate, and then that's just a Schrader valve that you fill just like normal, and then there you just attach that to the barb. See, there's the directions for the T too, but that's not how I did it. I did them separately, which is shown here as well. But here's the top of the bag, and so there's that barb connection with that hose, and then there's that protector or that donut that goes at the very top that I just showed you. So I think we've got everything installed now, and let me just route those hoses. Sorry, real quick too. So this is Airlift. These are the 1000s. Like I say, they got different models for different tow rates. I'm doing pretty, like I say, pretty light load, so I'm just not that worried about it. I just want to level it out when I got my trailers on it. But if you had a heavy load, you're towing weight inside the bed, you would probably want to go up with a heavier model. But this is my model. This is what I ordered, just for reference. And I just want to note that. I just want to give you a shot with the plate installed, so you can see how, you know, it kind of looks nice and clean. The way these are set, I got a little, that's all the room I had there because there's a bracket behind this. But anyway, so after you get your test, and when you're not towing it, you're supposed to keep about 5 psi in the bags. So just make sure when you're not using it, you still want to keep them somewhat inflated, but only about 5 psi. Okay, so right now I'm performing the test. The bags are full, and I've routed the lines all the way around. And let's see if you can see the connection in the other barb. This goes through by the license plate, and then on the other side of the license plate is the other one, and then that wire or hose, sorry, goes around to that, and you can see again the new bump stop in the bag. So you're supposed to leave this overnight, which we'll do. We'll go ahead and do the test, and so each one of these is full with right at 30 psi. We'll let them set overnight, make sure no leaks. You can go through and check everything with soapy water, see if it bubbles. I'll probably do that too, just to make sure. And once you do that, then you should be all set. Now you adjust the amount of pressure in the bags by how much load you have. So there isn't really a chart. I guess that's just trial and error. And I guess I'll have to figure that out. I've read what people do, different PSIs for different things. And there's just little bicycle or hubcap or tire caps. You just put those on, and that's the system. We'll come out tomorrow and check it. And I hope this works out for me. I hope it helped you if you're interested in leveling your truck. This should do it. And like I say, I cut that on this passenger side, but you can see, I mean, you can't even see it once the truck's down. So wasn't too worried about having to access that. You probably could take the tire and stuff off. I just didn't want to go to all that trouble. So again, if I hope this helps some people. Please like and subscribe. Like I say, we're just doing this for fun, but hoping we help people, give them some ideas. Maybe you're learning how not to do it, and that's fine too. At least you're learning something from it. But we appreciate it. Anytime you can subscribe, just lets us know we're doing some good. And look back for something else, because we're always into something.